Hey everyone, Meg here. It's been ages since I've filmed Yoga Flow. Um, and if you're in Newcastle today, you might notice that it is just blowing an absolute gale, and that can mean there's a lot of vata, a lot of wind going around in the air, and we can feel really ungrounded, unsupported, really anxious. So it's really important to ground down and come back to a sensation of equilibrium and balance. And this is what this flow will be about. So I don't know where it's going. I don't know how long it will be. I really need to hit my mat today, and I thought that I might just share it with you guys. Hopefully you can get something out of it too. Let's just start with our breath. So bringing the hand on the belly, hand on the heart, and starting to breathe deeply. So breathing in for 4. And breathing out for 4. Breathing in for 4. And breathing out for 4. Breathe in, breathe in for 4. Pause for 2. Breathe out for 4. 2 more times. Breathe in. Pause. And breathe out. Pause. Breathe in. Pause. And breathe out. Let it go. Let your shoulders roll. Maybe a few times backwards and a few times forward. And then just inviting your hands to come down onto the mat. Spread the fingers wide and just start to create any movements that feel good here. So if you want to stick to traditional cat-cow, go for it. But if you would like to completely explore through your body, then I invite you to go there too. Just finding any direction that suits you. Don't be afraid to ask questions of your spine. Maybe you turn your wrists as well as you experience whatever feels like your body is needing to go. So take yourselves in directions that just ask questions of the joints, ask questions of the muscles, so you can experience what's going on. Bring the hands back to our midline position, so wrists situated underneath the shoulders. And from here, we're going to inhale, we're going to go out on a diagonal. And we're going to bring the right hand out 45 degrees and the left foot out 45 degrees. Point the toe on the left and squeeze the glute and engage the hamstring. Bring the elbow into the knee on a diagonal. And then we're going to inhale, go out again. Exhale, elbow into the knee, diagonal. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. From here, we're going to bring the foot up and maybe reach behind and start to catch the foot. As you do, maybe kick the foot into the hand and start to look over the right shoulder. Take one more breath. And then slowly exhale. Come back and find a child's pose here. Knees wide, toes touch. Sink down over your heels. Let your forehead go. Gently come up to this tabletop shape. Again, we're going to ground down, and this time we go the other side. So left arm goes out 45 degrees. And right foot goes 45 degrees. But point the toes, squeeze the quad, zip the belly in and up here. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, bring elbow to knee, curl into a ball. Inhale, go long. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, go long. And exhale, curl in. This time, plant the hands down. Find yourself into a downward facing dog. So allow your feet to move. So feel free to bend one knee and bend the other. My yoga mat is really slippery. It's been outside, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully I don't face plant too early. Don't be afraid to move your dog. Whatever feels nice, soften your knees, come up onto your toes, explore. From this downward facing dog, we're going to ripple through. Find yourself into a high plank. So stack your shoulders above your wrist here. Zip your belly button in towards your backbone. Take a full breath in. And as you exhale, find a child's pose. So knees wide, toes touch. Breathe. Inhale, plug into the hands, shift forward, and exhale, tuck the toes. It's a downward facing dog. Let's do that with breath now. Inhale, ripple through. Push back with your heels, squeeze your quads, high plank. Exhale, child's pose, knees wide, toes touch. Inhale, shift forward, engage your core. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, ripple through, one vertebrae at a time, protract. As you exhale, child's pose. As you inhale, shift forward, engage the belly, and exhalation, downward facing dog. Whoa, from your downward facing dog, just tiptoe your feet one at a time, slowly stretch your hamstrings, and find yourself into a forward fold. Soften your knees enough so that your belly can touch your thighs. I like to hold my elbows on the first one. You might like to drop your hands. Some of you might like to even interlace and come above. Actually, I'm going to stay there. That feels rad today for me. Let your head be heavy, soften down. Few deep breaths here. If your hands are above your head, let them go, dangle down. And slowly, mindfully, scooping belly towards spine. Press through your feet, slowly start to rise, coming all the way to stand. And finding mountain pose Tadasana. So allow yourself to come into a really nice still shape here. So we're letting the body just soften, but the feet are grounded, and I invite you to really feel your feet. So notice as you press down into the ground how the feet actually feel. Can you lift your toes and pop about 60% into the heels and 40% into the balls of the feet? Squeeze the quads, and there's a slight pelvic tilt as we roll the shoulders back and the fingertips are open. From this place, allow yourself to find this center of gravity. And then just gently inhale the arms above the heads. As you exhale, bend your knees and forward fold. Plant your hands down and slowly step back and find your high plank. So wrists underneath our shoulders here. So keep zipping in the belly here, really making sure that the hips are not dropping down and we're not sort of losing our awareness through our spine. So we want to zip the belly in and up and trying not to pitch a tent. So from this shape into your high plank, take a full breath in, squeeze your quads, and bend at the elbows, shift forward, come all the way down to the ground, untuck the toes, inhale baby cobra, shine the heart, and exhale, come back down. From this shape, tuck your toes under, wrap the elbows in, press straight up high plank, and then exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. So from our downward facing dog, look forward, bend your knees, and slowly step between your hands. Lift up your belly as you do. Take a halfway lift, breathe in, find a long spine. And as you exhale, soften and let that go. Inhale, come all the way up to rise, long spine. Exhale, soften, let it go. Halfway lift, inhale, find a flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to a high plank, take your time. Inhale, protract your shoulders. Exhale, shift forward, elbows in, maybe hover halfway. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. We'll go one more time, I think. Inhale onto tippy toes. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, jump, step or float. Inhale, halfway lift into lily. Exhale, soften and fold. Inhale, rise, one vertebrae at a time. Exhale, soften and fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, plant the hands, step back, high plank. Inhale, pop up through the shoulders, protract. Exhale, slowly, high plank to low. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhalation, downward facing dog. Dog pose, inhale, come right on your tippy toes. As you exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Jump, step off, float between your hands. Halfway lift, breathe in. And exhale, fold forward. From here, toes together, heels apart. Sink your tush down, chair pose. Again, I'm going to look for some grounding in the practice, I think. So we're going to really keep our transitions slow and really work on our balance. So from chair pose, we're going to slowly inhale the left foot off about an inch. So hovering here, working through the right glute, keeping the right toes off the ground if we can. So really curling here and feeling the work through the quadricep on the right. Take one more breath in. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, come up, stork pose. Hands to heart or above your head. Breathe deep here. Take a full breath in. And as you exhale, we're going to go straight to Dekasana, aeroplane pose. So allow yourself to find your aeroplane pose as you start to balance on your right leg, soften your right knee. Loosen your right toes a little and start to shine your heart. Breathe. Big deep breaths here as you come back. Recommit to your Ujjayi breath. From your aeroplane pose, take a full breath in. As you exhale, bend your right knee a lot and slowly step back, high crescent lunge. So finding space into your lunge, and I want you to think of your left hip flexor. So what is going on down that hip flexor? Push back with the heels, squeeze the glute and feel the stretch down that left side. Loosen your right toes a little so you're pushing right down into the heel of that right foot and feel your right hamstring and glute engage. Find your goalpost arms in your lunge though, so bring the elbows wide, the palms are open. Take a full breath in, stay for your exhale. From your high crescent lunge, inhale the arms up above the head. As you exhale, left arm forward, right arm back, coming into a twist. Breathe. Keep the bend into the front knee, keep pushing with back heel, squeeze the back glute. Inhale, come back up, high crescent lunge. Exhale, plant the blade edge of the left foot down and come sliding off the mat. Find your warrior two. So breathe deep here. We want to keep that right knee plugging open and plug right down into that blade edge of the back foot, squeezing the glute medius. Push down with your palms, so triceps engage and look over your middle finger. From warrior two, take a full breath in. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, flip and reverse. And Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Let's go so left hand to hip. Bend the right knee, slide the back foot, and slowly start to lift up. So we find Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. So flex your toes open on the left. So we're opening the left hip joint. Use a block if you need under right hand, or if not, extend your left arm high. Opportunity to play, to bend that top leg, catch the foot, chop asana. If that feels nice to you, opportunity to bring the hand to the heart, play with the balance here, breathe. Allow yourself to fall, because they're the moments where we grow. Take a full breath in, stay for the exhale. Bend the right knee, standing, half, split. So allow your chin to come in towards your knee here and find your standing splits here. So allow your shoulders to soften. Maybe you catch the right ankle with your right hand. Breathe deep here. Take a full breath in. Stay for your exhale. Slowly, mindfully step the left foot all the way back, finding our runner's lunge. Hands come down to the floor and feel the strength in this lunge as you try to pull your belly off your right quad. Left hand stays down. Inhale, let's twist it out. Right fingertips towards the, what am I looking for? The sky, that'll do. Reach nice and tall. Now take a breath in. Spin onto the blade edges of your feet. And if that feels okay, bring the right foot halfway up your mat. Lift up your right hip. If that's feeling okay through your left hand, find Vashisthasana side plank. Lift up that right hip so it's really lifting up. Scoop the underside of your waist. Take a full breath in. As you exhale, bring right hand down. Find high plank. Inhale. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, down. Upward facing dog. Inhale onto your tippy toes. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, jump, step, or float between your hands. Halfway lift, breathe in, exhale, fold. Chair pose, inhale. Breathe. I won't cue as much in this second round. I'm just going to let you breathe and flow it out. On your next inhale, start to hover the right foot off just an inch. Hold it here. Connect with your breath. Inhale, stork pose. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, press up. Exhale, slowly step back or float the legs. Sorry, Dekasana. Aeroplane, we fly here. So breathe deep, push that back heel away. Soften your left knee. Try not to hook in with your left toes. Breathe. Take a breath in. As you exhale, bend your left knee a lot. Slowly, mindfully, step the right foot back, find the earth. Sweep up the arms, high crescent lunge. Breathe. Again, just try to push back with right heel, engage the back glute, and press into the left front heel. Maybe lift your left toes. Take an inhale. As you exhale, right arm forward, left arm back, we come into a twist. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way above the head. As you exhale, we find warrior two. So strong here through your warrior. Be mindful as you come into that warrior, as you plug down through the blade edge of the back foot, then press down your arms. Shoulders away from ears. Breathe. Check your left knee is tracking over left toes. From Vira to inhale, flip your front palm, reverse. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Right hand to hip. Left hand comes down, block or hovers. Right foot lifts up and flex your right foot, squeeze right quad. When you have your balance, maybe bring up the right arm. And if that feels good, bend the right knee. Have a play. Don't be afraid to play. And then kick your foot into your hand. Chop asana. Maybe the hand to heart. Take a breath in. Slowly release. Standing splits. Whoa, goodness. Hamstrings. Allow yourself to soften here. Take a full breath in. Stay for your exhale now. Slowly take your time. Right foot lands, runner's lunge. Try not to rest your belly on your quad. Can you pick it up here? Zip the belly in. Right hand down, left hand up. Inhale, we twist. Open up through the side of the body. Push into the right hand. Slow transition. Spin onto blade edges of the feet. Pause here. Bring the left foot back halfway. Push in and hold this position. If this feels okay through the right wrist, then start to balance that left leg on top. Lift up the hips. Find your Vashisthasana side plank. Breathe. Take one more breath in. Slowly exhale. Hand finds the mat. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, shift forward, low plank. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Jump step or float your way into a squat. So find your way into Malasana. Pause here for a moment. I'm feeling like I want to go up into an inversion. I'm going to do headstand today. Now, some of you might want to practice crow. You're already in the position for crow, so if you would like to practice crow, you'd like a bit of guidance, from this shape, you keep pushing your elbows into your knees and keep that tension as the hands spread wide. And I'd like you to just practice putting the hands down, pushing into the knees and simply just tipping forward to find this point where you can lift off a toe and then place that back down. So I'll show you that from the side. So again, those of you who want to practice crow, keep the elbows pressing in the inside of the knees, the hands plant down slowly. Just keep the squat, but tip forward and just lift off a toe. Yeah, and then come back down. Now, those of you who would like to pop up into an inversion, I'm going to practice headstand, so I'm going to leave that to you. We want to interlace the hands together, and we're going to then, I say inversion, and you come out. And we're going to use that to just pop it around sort of the head. So when we come into inversion, it kind of sits in like this. And and we use that to support our head. So we're going to come down. So we're going to come down. We're going to interlace the hands together. Place the forearms down onto the ground. And when we place the forearms down into the ground, we're going to cup the forehead into our hands. From here, tuck the toes and start to just walk your feet up and start here. If you're practicing headstand early, I invite you just to start with that first. It's a really great way to get your hips above rather than come here and like try to jump into it or do anything like that. We start slow. It's like learning how to walk, same deal. So I'm going to go through 3 different levels with this so that you can practice in your own accord. Be mindful of your body, always listen. So interlace the hands, coming down, holding onto the head, and then pressing the forearms into the floor. Start to stack your feet, your hips above your shoulders, and then just bring one leg in. And if that's feeling okay, without jumping, without kicking, can you bring the other leg in here too? So we're finding this stacking position of the hips. And either staying with that or playing with that. If you'd like to then go more, keep the belly engaged and then start to extend the feet long above the head, pointing the toes and squeezing the quads. Really zipping in with the belly towards the backbone here and continuing to watch my breath. It's so windy here in Newcastle, so I'm not going to stay too much longer. We'll take one more breath in, and then how slowly can you come down? So bending at the knees. Start to notice what you need to do with your core to slowly land yourself back exactly the way you came in. So mindfully, slowly release wherever it is that you were and come back to find an infant's pose. Let it go. We're going to actually roll it over. And if you don't have a block here, then I just invite you to maybe use a bolster or a cushion We're going to just open up our heart space after that. So I'm going to use a block and I'm going to place it on this height across the about where my bra strap would be. You can use a cushion, you can use something a little bit lower that works for you. Grab your furry friend and extend. I shall bring the legs in together. The heels, the soles of the heels will touch. And I'm just going to let my head fall off the back here. You can also pad it up with something if this is too much for your neck. But allow that block just to be exactly where the bra strap is. Allow the head to drop back as we open the throat chakra, open the heart. And then just let yourself melt. I'm going to take about 7 breaths here. Just taking one more deep breath in. And a long, steady exhale out. Engage your core. Slowly, mindfully push into the elbows, tuck the chin to the chest. Remove the block. And allow yourself to just gently come up to seated. We're going to bring the feet out in front. And just find Paschimottanasana, so forward fold. So we'll keep it active. We're going to take a really nice big breath in. As we exhale, it's going to reach forward and just come to the position that works for you. Even if that's here, it doesn't matter. I like to just gently hook my toes, take an inhale, and then exhale, soften down. So Paschimottanasana, forward fold. Oh, sorry. Just elbowed my dog in the head. Lucky she doesn't mind. 5 more breaths in this shape. Take 1 more breath in and exhale. Slowly come all the way back up. And we're just going to do a twist and then some Shavasana. So again, find yourself back down to the mat. And with our twist, we're going to bring our right knee, we're going to bring our right knee into our chest. And extend your left leg long. And then from this shape, allow your right knee to turn over to the left side. Arms go out to a T and find your spinal twist. Really starting to slow the breath down. Let your bones be heavy here as well. And no need to force the knee to the ground. On your next inhale, bring the knees back up to center. Give them a little squeeze, maybe even a happy baby here as the knees go wide. Try to catch the underside of your feet. And find your happy baby. So allow your spine to sink down to the mat, so really nice and long here. And then take as many breaths as you need, rock left to right. And then eventually we're going to hold on to the left knee, pull that into our chest, extend the right leg long, and then start to slowly tip over and find a spinal twist on the other side. So soften down the shoulders, let the arms be long. You can turn your neck to face the other way if you like. take a breath in and an exhale. And then slowly find your Shavasana. So just lying down flat today, allowing this beautiful connection with the earth. Let your shoulders melt away from your ears. And just slowly and softly shut down your eyes. Allow every single part of your body to relax, your toes to drift apart, your knees to be heavy. Notice your hip bones spread apart. There is a softening of your belly. Notice the expansion of your rib cage as you breathe in, and the sensation of letting go as you breathe out. Soften your neck, your jaw, and release the skin on your face. Allow your head to soften down into the ground. And then let anything of the breath, anything in the mind, and anything in the physical body just go. Quiet mind, quiet body, Shavasana. I invite you to start to slowly move your neck left to right. Notice how this feels on the left and the right side of the skull. Start to use your next breath to start to fill you up with an energy that you would like to take with you after you finish your practice. Maybe it's an energy of compassion, maybe it's love or kindness or forgiveness. Maybe it's an energy just of acceptance or gratitude. And then I invite you to share this energy with somebody today. Start to move your fingers and your toes. And maybe the arms come above the head as you stretch. And gently just bending your right knee, pushing yourself over to your left. Just pausing here for a moment, as we always come into a state of gratitude. Gratitude for the things that we do have rather than the things we don't. Gratitude for the days that are tough. Always knowing that there is a really big lesson in those days, rather than beating ourselves up for the day that was. Can we give thanks for the things that we learn? Eventually and slowly making our way up to seated. I'd like to share a quote from Mark Twain today. And he says, 20 years from now, you'll be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the things you did. So throw off the bowlines. Catch the trade winds in your sails. Explore, dream, and discover. I can't tell you how much that quote just resonated with me. I just felt quite emotional saying that. I've learnt the biggest lesson from my 95-year-old nan this week. It's been a tough week, and what it's taught me is to talk about our feelings and emotions. When things are tough, don't bottle them in. When our feelings and emotions aren't felt and expressed and talked about and learned from, they fester inside our bodies only to come out later. So allow yourself to talk about the things that are hard. Bring up the subjects that it feels awkward to discuss, and give ourselves an open space and an area for forgiveness, compassion, and love, so that we then too can show others that it's okay to do the same. So with that, hands to heart, just taking a moment to honor this place in the heart space, a place of light and love and compassion, but more so of unconditional love that is there within you and me, and is always there. It is only our layers and the separation that we choose to put on ourselves that allows this unconditional love to dull down. So know that it is always there. Know that when we release our layers and we come back to this space of oneness and pure compassion, we all share the same light. Bring the thumbs to the space between the third eye. Loka samasta sukhina bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that little flow. I hope it took you where you needed to go. I can't stress enough how important this last week has taught me so much to just share, to talk about the things, to get it all out. So emotions are just energy in motion, and it's so important for us to let them flow so that they don't present in our physical body as injury, sickness, or pain and suffering later on in our lives. So I hope you have a beautiful afternoon. Let me know what you'd like to see, and I'll do my best to update more yoga videos as I can. Thank you.